Hello everyone. So this program is 10 for 2023. So this is going to help you a lot. Here first topic which we have put is water. So now I'm going to discuss all those necessary information related to water. So the basic information I'll be giving, you can also from this. See, the first thing which I want to discuss is 22nd March, in which the World Water Day is celebrated. UN, as usually every year, they release a report called as UN World Water Development Report. You can see here. This World Water Development Report is published by uh, UNESCO only, UN body, UNESCO, on behalf of this body called UN Water. Actually, UN Water is not a body, it's an alliance again, okay? So, you can make a note about that. So, for regard, based on this UN Water, on behalf of UN Water, UNESCO publishes this report every year. They do it on 22nd March when the World Water Day is celebrated. Okay, in this report, they give an overview of the usage and that is sustainable usage of the most valuable resource called water. Right. Secondly, India is not a member of Helsinki Convention. Because Helsinki Convention was there in the news, it is nothing but a water convention. It's otherwise popularly called as water convention. You can see here, which was adopted in Helsinki in 1992. They adopted it, and it entered into force around 1996. But it is also a legally binding agreement which will not replace any national or any international laws. It will only aid them. Okay, but India is not a member of this convention. Mainly, this convention was brought for the protection and use of transboundary water courses, that is sustainably managing the transboundary water bodies, okay, like lakes, rivers, everything. For that purpose they brought it, and India is not member, so we need not know much about this. And thirdly, like what I want to discuss is about SEBI's recent introduction of blue bond under their green debt securities. Along with blue bond, they also introduced a yellow bond, but blue bond is related to, raising capital from the investors for investing in marine related projects and even fisheries related projects. So those associated with marine sectors and water bodies. So for that purpose, they introduced a blue bond, right? And what is meant by blue carbon? If the blue bond is there, then you have to know what is meant by blue carbon. It generally refers to, like already we would have known what carbon sink, these types of words are frequently appearing in your exams. Blue bond, it refers to the entire coastal or aquatic and even the marine carbon sinks which is taking place. How it takes place, how carbon is sinked by the vegetation or the organisms which is present, or the sediments even which is present in the coastal areas. So for that, you can take a mangrove area, you can take a tidal marsh, you can even consider seagrass, a coral reef. Okay, all these are some examples of this blue carbon ecosystems, we can say. Okay, which substantially store this carbon, even 20% more than a terrestrial ecosystem. They can store the carbon and accumulate it for over the centuries. Even they can hold it for longer time, longer period. So this is something called as a blue carbon, right? Then next important thing related to water is this UN Water Summit on Groundwater 2022, which was recently held. It was not the first time this event was held. This is nothing but not a event or a summit which was conducted immediately, but it is to close the campaign which started long in the early of 2022 related to the groundwater only. That is making the invisible. Groundwater means it's not visible to our eyes, making the invisible visible, which was implemented by the UN Water. Again, this UN Water comes here. So it's a alliance of around 40 UN organizations only. So this UN Water arranges this summit, okay, and along with UN Water, UNESCO also, which is coordinated by UNESCO, and UNESCO's body IGRAC, that is International Groundwater Resource Assessment Center. They two join together and conducts this groundwater summit, okay. And the next is about UN Water Conference. What's UN Water Conference? If you are seeing about UN Groundwater Summit, then you have to know for first time they conducted this UN Water Conference, which took place from 23rd to 24th March only, after the World Water Day you would have celebrated 2023, and which was co-hosted by governments of Tajikistan and Netherlands. You have to see this. They may give that India hosted the UN Water Conference. There might be a question like that and all. So in this conference, why they have hosted this conference? They are seeking a voluntary commitment. There is something called as Water Action Agenda. For that, the world bodies has to commit to the World Water Action Agenda. So for they are organizing these types of conferences in order to raise awareness among the countries and also to bring voluntary commitment to water action agenda. Okay. The next body is World Water Quality Alliance. You can see this. The World Water Quality Alliance is implemented by again UN only. Implementing partner is UN, EP. And here around there is 80 organizations now, a member of this particular alliance. So I can say this is a voluntary, again, it's not forceful or all, it's a voluntary and a flexible multi-stakeholder network only. And the main role of this alliance is to bring the importance of fresh water quality. Now what quality the fresh water should be available to the people, and how it will bring some prosperity and sustainability to the people. In this way they will create awareness to the people, and they will also assess the water quality, and for that they will give a lot of guidelines. And here around 80 organizations has become a member of this alliances. This was first time proposed by UN only, when WMO and UN co-hosted a conference around 2018. They came up with this idea, and this was launched around 2019. WWQA was launched in 2019. Okay. Then World Water Council. What is this about? This is again a voluntary organization. There's NGO. You can say it can be also called in this name called Association LOI 1901. So they perform various role. It's a multi-stakeholder stakeholder organization, and it's an international multi-stakeholder organization to stay. So they perform various role like raising political uh, voices, as well as also trying to bring water security, and also trying to host World Water Forum. So these like this the roles are different related to this council, but what and all you have to know, it's a NGO. Okay. Then the Indian government conducted its first ever census of water bodies. So this is a news related to India only. First ever census of water bodies was conducted in India, and in this census they took a comprehensive, that is kind of inventory of India's water resources. Either it can be man-made or either it can be natural water bodies like ponds, tanks, lakes and more. Okay, so they will collect the information related to that. Even the encroachment of water bodies also will be given out, and in that the top 5 states in terms of number of water bodies, if you see, are number 1 West Bengal, second Uttar Pradesh, third Andhra Pradesh, fourth Odisha and fifth Assam. Okay, so all these together constitute around 63% of the total water bodies in our country. And a lot of more information are also there. You can also search for more information related to the census of water bodies, and as to rural wise, urban wise, that way they have splitted the information. And if you see India, then last thing which I want to discusses in India, in which list we have placed water. Water is placed under state list. Okay, like it includes water supplies, irrigations, canals, drainage and embankments, even water storage, water powers under state list. As such, the central government is conferred with powers to regulate and develop the interstate rivers. That means it is state list completely. All this are included in the state list, but for completely related to the issues related to interstate rivers, to regulate them, to develop the interstate rivers, all these powers in the hands of central government. Also, the central government has the power to make laws for the adjudication of any dispute relating to waters of interstate river or river valley. Okay, under Article 262 of the Constitution. So not only related to development or regulation of the interstate rivers, if there is any dispute between states related to the water, that also will be taken care by the central government. So the power is in the hand of central government. Others like this waters, drainage and embankment, storage and water power is coming under state list. Okay, so like this we have seen a lot of data related to water. So the questions will also be in that pattern, like in the UPSC if they are asking, they will be always focusing on a body, means they will be saying that it is related to whether it's a government body or an NGO or an international organization or an alliance. Like this way you have to be careful. And since this is the first time they have conducted the World Water Conference, we have to know the relevant facts related to it. And this is also the first time India has conducted its water body census. So that's why we have put up a lot of information related to water here. And you have to know about the UN UN Water, the body which is acting, which is hosting this World Water Day as well as the World Water conferences, World Water, groundwater summits and all. And the report also released by this body only, UN World Water Development Report on behalf of UN Water. Who is releasing? UNESCO is releasing that. Okay, so this way you have to be known about the facts, and first time in 2023 SEBI also has introduced the blue bond. That is why we have put a inclusive thing about water. Okay, so we'll meet in another topic. Thank you.